Get you through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
All right, get ready to call through with some ideas, but I'd love to get you involved in this. Jodie, you've got 4 girls with very, very varying ages.
Yes.
There's a bit in that.
Long time between drinks.
It's a different story in itself. 23, 12, 11 and 4.
That's it.
So you've seen it all.
Yeah.
I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. Oh, my gosh.
How did we go with our kids' ages then?
My wife's listening. I'm in all sorts of trouble. But our 6-year-old in particular was starting to go through these times where he's growing out of little things. And at the time, you're like, oh, geez, when he stops doing this, it's going to save us time and et cetera.
Yeah.
But then now that he's not doing it, I genuinely miss it.
Yes.
So the examples are both of our kids, our daughter sleeps with us at the moment.
Yep.
She'll eventually move out. Our little fella didn't move out till he was about 4, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe sort of late 3, 4.
I had one in the bed till 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag Tassie things. Anyway, when our little fella moved out, he dead said it was quite brutal, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So one night he just goes, I want to go in my bed tonight. And we're like, okay, yeah, go for it, mate. We'll see you when you get back the next night. And he hasn't come back since.
Oh, no.
But then what came with him being in his own bed is that we'd put him to sleep every night, and sometimes it would take upwards of an hour, hour and 20 minutes. Couple of books, got to the stage where he could do his little readers, and we were not allowed to exit until he was fast asleep. Otherwise it'd get you back in.
Long and exhausting process sometimes.
Yes, absolutely it is. And then all of a sudden, just a few weeks ago, he said out of nowhere, don't need you to come in tonight. And at the time, well, we were like, great, more Netflix time for mum and dad.
Yeah.
I can get to bed a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And then within about 3 or 4 days, we're like looking at each other going, I genuinely we miss tucking in Henry and sitting there and reading to him and watching him fall asleep.
Yeah.
So we've still got Lottie, and she's in our bed right now, but she'll go through the same process, and we've got a youngster coming through. But those little moments where you genuinely, at the time, and everyone says it, don't take it for granted because it goes so quickly, and you go, yeah. And you're so sleep deprived and everything else that comes with it. But then when these little things disappear, and then straight away you're like, oh, gosh, now I miss it. And then all of a sudden my wife looks at me and goes, I wouldn't be against a 4th.
Oh, no.
Don't you dare.
No. Calm down, lady. You've just had the 3rd, for goodness sake.
Calm down, lady, indeed.
And it would be the same in your house too, because we're done, categorically done. And you get this sense now when I look at Harper, I think this is the last time I will ever experience some of these moments.
That's the
with
thing.
a young child, ever.
That's the thing. Because
ever again.
We've got a 6-month-old, so we know that it's all about to happen again. So he's sort of half looking forward to that. But those little moments, so you would have had some solid ones when you go from 23 years old to 4 years old.
Yeah, some things that I genuinely will never experience again in my lifetime, which makes me a bit sad. But I did have one with my 12-year-old. We had a girls' netball weekend in Melbourne. I was flying back on the plane, and I was, when you're on a plane, you're really close to their faces.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at her, and in my head, I went, oh, my God, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. And I just said it. And she's sitting there with her little blue eyes and her freckles. And I said, honey, when did you get so beautiful? And she just sort of smiled at me, and we had a little cuddle and a kiss. And I thought, she's 12. She's not going to let me do that for much longer.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be a teenager soon. We all know what teenage girls are like. Yeah. And I just had this genuine moment of, oh, my God, life just passes you by in an instant, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. That is really nice.
I know.
Jeez, we're getting nice and deep here. 13, 24, 10. The things, maybe it's already started to happen, or the things that you know you're going to miss that your kids do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most people like myself, you learn the hard way. So unless you've got multiple kids and you go, just make sure you sit down and you really lock in and enjoy this moment, because all of a sudden it's gone.
It's gone. And as we all know, Andrew Hayes, not a fast learner.
Who would have thought? Didn't learn the first time, didn't learn the second time. I have 3 kids though, so it's all good. Lucky 3rd time. What things do you miss from when your kids were younger?
Yeah. All right, let's go to Amy. Hey, Amy.
Hey, guys.
What's that moment that you're going to miss?
I think I'm already missing being on maternity leave.
Oh, yes.
Like, when you're in the thick of it, it's really hard and you can't wait to get back to work and, have those adult conversations. But you really do miss the slow mornings, the nap times, the long walks in the pram, taking them out for baby play dates and, you know, cooking all these fresh meals. And when you become a working mum, you're like, yeah, quickly tuck the food in the microwave and you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny, Amy, like everyone says the same thing, and it's when you hear it, you go, yeah. But the whole living in the moment thing, like you're always thinking about what's next or this is where I want to be. And then the biggest fear is that you get to a stage where you're like, oh, actually, that was one of the best times of my life.
Oh, no.
And I can't do that again. That sounds like that, Amy, was beautiful.
I mean, the baby stage is that when you think, okay, if I just need to get to 6 weeks and then they'll start sleeping through a little bit and then I'll get to this stage and then you look back and you go, oh my God, that's never going to happen again.
That's right. We had a really good sleeper, but now we've got a 3-year-old who thinks it's a game to come out of the bedroom.
How fun.
Up to 5 times a night.
It's the best game. My 4-year-old came out last night and I said, what are you doing? And she literally jumped. She's like, ugh. After the 10th time she'd ventured out of her bedroom.
Hey, thank you so much for your call.
Thanks so much, guys.
We are taking your calls this morning on 13 24 10. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, all. How are you?
Good. Goes quick, doesn't it?
It certainly does. My daughter just had her 10th birthday on Sunday,
Yeah.
and she's the only child. We've split up. The parents have split up, but it just makes you realise how much time is so precious,
Yeah.
and you miss it so much. Like, I was watching her get ready, dressed up as, you know, the little lady she is, and I just started tearing up. I just started crying, and I'm just like, oh my God, where did my baby girl go?
Yeah.
Like, I used to read her stories at night and she doesn't want that anymore, but she always wants me to say I love you at night. So
That's
I'll
nice.
keep
perfect.
that until forever.
Yeah.
That's
Kevin,
really
one
nice.
minute you're changing their nappy and the next minute they're asking for retinol cream for their 10th birthday. Goes very quickly.
Oh, the amount of beauty products.
Isn't it
that she's
ridiculous?
now got.
Oh.
Oh my God, Mecca and, you know.
Yeah, it's
I'm just like,
insane. You're like, you've got perfect skin. What are you talking about?
exactly, why are you putting that stuff on? You don't need it. You're beautiful as you are. So but whenever I say I love you or anything like that, she starts to cringe now, and I'm like, oh my God.
No. Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin sounds like an absolutely beautiful dad, by the way.
does.
Speaking of beautiful mothers, producer Emily, you've got a 2.5-year-old son. Are you missing anything yet?
Yeah, so he is quite independent now at bedtime already. But just talking about this off air, I just think I used to sit in the rocking chair in his room and give him his bottle or feed him or whatever, and then just kind of rock him to sleep. And at the time, I'd be like, come on,
Yeah,
go to
hurry up.
sleep. Like, I need to go to sleep or I need a shower or whatever. But now it's like, all right, Mummy, good night. Read me a book, tuck my teddies in, put my moonlight on, put the fan on, see ya.
Put my moonlight on.
Quite a checklist, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and it is. Put the fan on. So now it's like, all right, mate, see ya. No worries, bye. So it
I want
is.
someone to do that for me. Rock me to sleep, put my moonlight on, put my fan on. Could you please? Yes. That'd be nice. Good morning, Kirby. What are you missing?
Morning, guys. I'm missing, like, my eldest is 16, then I've got, like, 13 and 7, and just those cuddles where they'll come up and they'll snuggle with you, and I go to cuddle my 16-year-old and she looks at me like I'm an alien, and it's like, whoa, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, 15, 16-year-old girls, tricky phase,
Wow.
Andrew, very tricky.
What about in terms of the chat with your 16-year-old Kirby? Are you still having nice chats, or is it physically and everything else? Like, where you're just it's a blank wall?
No, it's like, they're not too bad when she wants something, but obviously when you want her to do something, she does this face, and you're just like, honey, your face. And she's like, what about it? And I'm like, yeah, you can't look at people like that. And she's like, why? And I'm like, yeah, no, just no.
Because what you're doing with your face is the equivalent of me sticking my middle finger up in your face.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Kirby. Let's go to Mahek. Is that right?
Yeah, hi, good morning. How are you?
We're good, thank you. What are you missing?
So I got a 13-year-old turning next month and a 3-year-old. So with the second one, we're going to miss is the babbling.
Yeah.
And now he's talking. So it's half babbling and half talking, and it's so adorable. I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
What does it sound like, Mahek?
He just babble half that, like, do you want this and that? And then do want is clear, and then the rest of his babbling. He's cozy, and I'm gonna miss the cuddles.
I tell
He
you
just
what,
come
Mehek,
around and give me cuddles.
exactly like working with Andrew Hayes. First 2 words clear, rest of it babbling.
Just absolute
You
family.
just have to guess.
Were you, by the end of it, Mehek, an absolute expert translator? Because my wife, some of the stuff that my daughter would say, I'd be like, I have no idea what you're saying. And she'd be like, are you serious? She said this, 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 and this.
Yeah, my husband looked at me. What does he say? I say he said this. He wants this. Now, when he say you want means he wants. So,
Mehek, thanks for all your calls. It's been quite emotional this
It's
morning.
been nice, isn't it? Just reconnecting with some of those memories.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Well, you know how you saw some people up in the trees at Live Golf on the weekend? That was a 6:15 vending machine, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Just hanging out. All right,
Absolute menace.
these are the top stories that you need to know this morning. Abby in the newsroom, go for it.
Good morning. Yes, as we've discussed, Billie Eilish is not coming to Adelaide. So her Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour, Kinky, is coming to Australia. She'll do 4 shows each, Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne, but she will not come to Adelaide. Tickets are on sale from Thursday the 2nd of May. If you've got an American Express card, you'll be from the 1st of May.
So this is a question without notice to both of you ladies, but is Billie Eilish, are we expecting the same sort of fanfare as Taylor Swift? Like, how big is she?
So
I can't see her selling out 95,000 crowds every night.
No.
In saying that, though, with the younger crowd, we were talking about this before, producer Zoe, she's a little bit younger than us. She loves Billie Eilish. We're not huge on the hype.
yeah.
So
Whereas Taylor Swift sort of transcends all generations, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Because you had dads taking their teenage daughters and all that sort of stuff.
Billie Eilish, I think that's what we sort of start to love and see is that she's got green hair. She's not the status quo of a pop star, a typical pop star. So I think that's why the younger generation like her so much because she's a a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Billie Eilish won't be here. But do I have a surprise for you?
Go on
Here
then.
we go.
You're simply the best.
Hayesy, stop it. Thank you. The Tina Turner musical rolls into Adelaide. It's opening night tonight. I highly recommend going and seeing it. It's amazing. I love Tina Turner. She's just absolutely incredible. But yeah, there's still a few tickets available. It's opening night tonight, as I said. So yeah, head along.
Beautiful. Good stuff.
All right, Jaz, what have you got for us?
Well, after 16 years and 255 games for the Crows, 34-year-old Rory Sloane is hanging up his boots.
There you go.
How was that news met with you yesterday? Because you're at work.
It wasn't totally unexpected because obviously he's had 2 detached retinas now
Ouch.
in his eyes.
Ouch.
Been training with goggles and all sorts of things.
Oh, man.
And the way that he explained it, and it was pretty obvious. I think his beautiful wife Belinda said a few weeks ago when they were part of a TV show that he needs to start thinking about his future, needs to be able to see the kids, etc.
Yeah.
So when you really, really break it down, it does seem like a bit of an obvious situation that he's come up with, but what a hell of a career. There's not a single Crow supporter on this planet that doesn't absolutely love and adore Rory Sloane.
Yeah.
And there's not a football fan on this planet, AFL football fan, that doesn't respect Sloane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really lovely scenes down at the club yesterday when he announced his retirement. Got a little bit emotional, as most professional sports people do when they quit. Well, not quit, but have to retire. And his little boy, Sonny, was asked by his mother, Belinda, how he felt about his dad. Super cute. Have a listen.
He always concentrates and how he never ever says I can't do it. I'm proud of you, Daddy. I love you, Dad.
That's nice.
And then
isn't
as
it?
he walked out, he goes, I'm hungry. And Sloaney goes, I'm hungry too, mate.
Little Sonny's like, these media commitments are exhausting, Dad.
But I do love how footballers, obviously, it's usually within like they're in their 30s or 40s where they retire. So they've always got something like they're young enough to go on and do something else or get into commentating or whatever. So, life isn't over.
I don't think Rory will be short of opportunities
my gosh.
in a media sense in this town.
Yeah.
We were discussing that off air. I'm very, very interested to see what not just Rory but the Sloanes do next.
Yeah.
Because they've built this beautiful little platform. And I tell you what, if they were hosting a lifestyle show or something like that,
Yeah.
I'd bloody tune in.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, quick question without notice though. Why, if he's got this eye injury, why couldn't he, most players will persevere and just keep going and going and going because you're a long time retired? What was the final straw?
What happened twice? So once would be bad, two twice, and then I think it got to the stage where if it happens again, maybe he would lose permanent eyesight in that eye.
Jesus.
So, and he was training in the goggles to try and go down that path, but it's also a bloke who he's not pushing towards something else. I mean, obviously, Crow supporters will say, well, the season's not over, we'll see what happens in terms of a premiership. But if a premiership's not in sight this year or maybe next year, there's nothing left for Rory Sloane to achieve. Like 255 games, everything that you could achieve personally. He's done it all.
Yeah, I've got a theory on this. The final straw. Just didn't want to be like Mason Cox.
This is what you will look like with the goggles on in the field? All right, call a press conference tomorrow.
It's a hard no from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, just to round it out, just a bit of showdown chat as well. We'll go over to Port Adelaide. Hey, don't rule out Connor Rosie just yet.
Yeah,
Isn't this outrageous?
It's crazy.
So he came off on the weekend with a genuine hamstring injury, a small hamstring injury, very insignificant, but a hamstring injury nonetheless. And he was running yesterday. He was doing run-throughs.
Yeah, right.
And the scan came back saying that there's some small damage there. So by all reports, main session today, they're going to give him a bit of a test and see how he goes.
Yeah, right. Okay. That kind of Rosie game changer, isn't he? So
Yes,
will that decide your tips or determine your tips if Connor's in or out?
Oh, it's big, isn't it?
I know.
I think that will genuinely decide a few people's tips, whether Connor Rose is in or not, because Port go in as the obvious favourites, but the Crows have just got the wood over the power recently in showdowns.
And I would say to you, tip with your head, not your heart, when it comes to Connor, okay? All right?
All right. I always tip my heart. I tip my heart way too much.
You do, don't you, Dal?
I tipped Port last year during the bye. That was silly. Jode's Thunderbirds had a nice tight win on the weekend. They're travelling pretty beautifully in the early part of the season. Happy to say as well that we are in the presence of an absolute star.
Hayesy, you know I'm very excited to welcome Jodie Horges to the studio. Hello.
Hello, thanks for having me.
I say this with love, respect, and a really good and kind heart. However, geez, you made it look hard on the weekend.
I know, we came out nice and strong, but then, we made it very difficult in that third quarter, but luckily to get over the line there.
How do you go in extra time? What are your nerves like? Because watching is hard.
I guess just like staying connected on court. We were lots of talk out on court, and we'd played like lots of extra time last year, so we had that experience. So I think that definitely helped, and we were very lucky in that last 5 minutes.
Georgie, solid start to the season, and obviously now, do you feel a difference being effectively the hunted?
No, I don't think so. I think our motto this year is we want to hunt for better. So we want to be that better team. We want to have new strategies so teams don't know what to expect from us. So I think, we just want to hunt other teams this year.
And who amongst the team is the one you look to in a crisis situation like that, like extra time? Is it Hannah Petty? Is she the one that keeps everyone cool, or you've all just got faith in each other?
I think, we have faith in each other, but Hannah, just her talk, off the court and on the court is just amazing, and she'll do anything to chase down a ball. So I think, her calmness is great out there.
Who's got the worst talk? Like her, there's always someone who doesn't know what to say or tries to say something and it just almost demotivates.
Like in cricket, it was always Glenn McGrath, like with year 6 sledges. They were awful, truly awful. Do you have anyone like that in your team?
Oh, not sure, but I reckon that last 5 minutes, Lauren Frew was knackered. Like, she was cramping everything. So I was trying to speak to her. She just had a blank face. So she was struggling that last 5, but she did awesome job.
Is there a lot of chatter out on the court? Because I find with the Adelaide Wildcats C1s...
Must be exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. There's a bit of lip out there. But with the opposition now, is there much sledging?
I've never experienced it, but lots of girls have, like from other teams. And there's definitely some culprits that are out every week throwing a bit of lip. But I think it's good competition.
Okay, here we go. Name and show.
Name one.
Nah.
All right, we like to do this, Georgie, with our sports people that come into the studio. It's just a quick fire, rapid round of questions. So just your 1-2 word answers, whatever you feel like. Are you good to go?
Yeah, good to go.
Time on the clock, please.
Under the spotlight, Jodie Horges.
Your favourite teammate?
Oh, Lucy Austin, because I've known her forever.
Oh, there we go.
Worst person to room with?
Tilly Garrett. She's a big snorer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Which Super Netball team do you despise the most?
Maybe the Swifts, because we played them so much last year.
Yeah, okay, and you beat them in the grand final.
Yeah.
Crows or Port?
Sydney Wankers.
Definitely Crows.
What's the best show on telly?
I love a bit of maths drama.
Oh, good Lord, Georgie.
Someone who's open and honest about it.
Yeah. What's your cheat meal on the days off?
I love a chicken palmy.
Chicken palmy.
Yeah.
And your pump up song, please.
Probably Party in the USA. I love that one.
Oh, who saw that go? So, Georgie, this takes you to the next level, does it? Get your game ready.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, God. Some people would go Foo Fighters or Metallica. No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think even Miley Cyrus would be surprised by that herself.
Georgie Hodges, thank you so much for coming in and all the best for this weekend against the Giants.
Thank you very much.
Jodie and Hayesy. Song.
Here we go. Love this space.
All right. Producer Zoe joins us in the studio.
Good
you are
morning.
the adjudicator. We
I am.
promise you love and respect this morning.
Oh, thank you. That'd be nice. I appreciate
Until
that.
I start losing.
Yeah.
And then I turn aggressively on you.
Yes, and as does Hayesy. But the score, as it stands, is 9-5 in Hazy's favour,
Oh,
rather.
jeez, that sounded good.
No, nearly
said my
hyped you up.
You wish, jellyfish.
But Jodie's on the epic comeback train, so watch this space.
Yeah.
And on Team Hazy this morning is Cassie from Seacliff.
Good on you, Cass.
Woo!
Yeah.
Go Hazy!
Go, Cassie!
And Team Jodie is Lara from Clarence Gardens.
Hi, Lara.
Don't let Hazy get into your head.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
She gets it.
Lara gets it. It's a mental game for me.
I'm already there, Lara, and you should see what I've done with the place.
No.
It's fantastic.
All right. It is the same as always. 3 Nova hits and throwbacks, orchestralised. It is the best of 3, and we're going to play nice. Song number 1, please.
Here we go. Oh. Oh, I think I know.
It's a tricky one.
We're running out of time.
I know.
Newsreader Abby's got nothing.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on. This is it.
Hazy.
Go on. Go on.
It is.
3,
Too long.
2, 1. Jodie, what you got?
Singing it.
What's the
That's
song
not
name
it.
and artist?
Dynamite by Tayo Cruz.
Yeah, she's got it.
Do that. You buzzed me out instantly.
Hazy, you looked me dead in the eyes and I knew you didn't know that.
And then, okay.
All
All right, I see exactly what's going on here.
Hazy.
Oh, my
That's
God.
right.
Be a baby.
In fact, that's it. I'm not playing. I'm back.
Okay, I win. Default.
No.
You
1-0
take it to
Jodie's
1-0.
favour. Hazy, just come back with this one. Song number 2.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hazy.
Yep.
Bieber. Despacito.
Yeah, well done. See?
Despacito.
That's good.
You just got to sing it with confidence, though.
What did you just say?
Yeah, really good.
You got to go for it. Ooh, this is
God, I love when this happens.
This is quite a climax.
You love
isn't
it.
I love it. It's a tie
My
break.
heart's going a million miles now. All right, let's go. Let's get into
Song number 3. You can do it.
it. Go, Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen. Jodie, Dancing Queen.
Do
Dancing
the right
Queen.
thing here. Do the
ABBA.
right thing.
Oh, God.
Do the right thing here.
You have to buzz in with your name, Hazy.
I believe it's ABBA, Dancing Queen. Oh, if I was Jodie, my soul would be broken. That's all I'll say.
She looks broken.
Jodie, I'm sorry.
I said Dancing Queen and then I said Jodie because I realised what I'd done.
Oh,
Can we probably need some clarification around
I know.
that.
We'll talk later. That's 2 weeks in a row
We
that
just
you've
say-
done that.
We need to say some clarification.
I guess.
You completely lost it last week for the exact same thing.
It means that Cassie's taking home Wallace Cinema's pack. Good
Yeah,
on you,
Cass.
Cassie.
Can we give some to Lara too? Because I feel like I've let her down because I forgot my name.
I'll tell you what, we'll put Lara in the drawer for 10K a day in May.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Lara, you want to come hang out with me inside Jodie's head?
I want to break something.
Oh, it's fine. 10-5. You'll come back from that.
Now I know exactly what I want to break.
Oh, my face. It's Jodie and Hayesy. What a journey. Let's discuss. Oh, boy. This is live audio of Jodie just visiting the dentist, getting smashed with a drill.
Yeah. Well, I went to the dentist yesterday, and in the lead up, sort of the 45 minutes before, I started getting really anxious because I know that each and every time I go to the dentist, they will ask you the same question. Do you floss?
And then your eye starts twitching.
Yeah. And I have to look down at the floor and I'm like, yeah, sometimes, and your voice goes really high pitched like that. Yeah, I do. And I knowing full well I'll probably floss once every 6 months.
And the best part is they go, okay, well, let's just test it.
Let's have a look.
And then they floss you, and then you literally hit them in the face with blood. As it's squirting in their face, like, are you sure you say you floss?
Yeah.
Because all signs point to no.
Because as far as gum health goes, your gums are awful. So they purely know that you're lying to them every single time. And it just got me thinking about this on 13, 24, 10. Do you have a job where you know that people are just going to lie to your face all the time?
Yeah.
I would love to hear from you. And what's that like and how do you respond?
Yeah, so anyone else who works in the media, give us a call.
Yeah, why are we talking about ourselves here?
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
When your program director goes, that was a really great show today. Liar!
A really great show. Well, then why is your nose bleeding? What's going on here? Why is there steam coming out of your ears?
Have you been in that situation?
Yeah, I did a little bit of coaching as soon as I finished football.
Yeah.
And that's a tricky situation because you've got to be a hard ass.
Yeah.
And I found out the hard way that you've got to be brutal because if you're not, and you tell blokes and they go, how are we going? Am I close? Am I close to playing? You go, yeah, no, you're close.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you've said that to 10 to 15 blokes. And they all think that they're about to play league footy the next week.
Yeah.
And they're not. So I got to the stage where that was one of the reasons why I quit.
Oh,
Couldn't do
really?
it because of the harsh conversations.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely fake. And then they go, well, you told me this, and this. And I was like, well, I was trying to be a good guy.
That's really tricky. It would like being a media manager at a football club, wouldn't it? Just like to be, no, he'll play this week. BS. He ain't playing.
He ain't playing. He's carrying his arm.
Yeah,
What are you talking
he's
about?
carrying his arm.
Hayesy, is that what the Bulldogs used to say to you?
Yeah, big time. They're like, it's not us. It's not you. It's us.
Yeah.
We can't make this work. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
We
As I struck it out
can't
of there.
accommodate someone of your talent in our side. It's just impossible.
You know what? You're too good. You're too good to play for us. Okay.
All right.
Struck it away.
So 13, 24, 10, let's do this. Do you work in a job where people just regularly lie to you? One of the examples we were just talking about off air is the charity people in supermarkets.
Yes.
Oh my God, they must hear every excuse in the book for people not to stop.
Yeah, you walk past and you're like, I got no oats. Who said that? Can't see. I got to go this way. You just wouldn't even say anything towards the end of it. The other one as well, Joe, is haircuts.
Oh.
I've had some awful haircuts.
Oh, yeah.
You happy with that? I'm absolutely happy with that. Thank you very much.
I'm so thrilled. I'll be back here again to pay for my $15 haircut. That looks truly dreadful.
I'm accidentally going to shave my head tonight.
Good morning, Jackie.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good. Okay. What's your job and what are people lying about?
I work in human resources across many aspects.
You would have heard some stuff.
I've heard a few goodies. Yeah, get lots of stories of people that can't come to work and reasons why.
Yeah.
I think the best one I've had is when a family member has passed away and then 6 months down the track, the same family member has passed away.
Yeah, very good. Incredible. Real weekend at Bernie's type situation.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, very much.
Yes, my grandma died. Oh, but then she was reincarnated. It was incredible. But then she had to die again.
Die again. How many grandmas do you have? 3.
Thanks, Jackie. Hey, Luke.
Hey, how you going?
Good. What's your job and what are people lying about?
Okay, I'm an audiometrist, so I do hearing aids.
Yes.
And they say, have you been wearing your hearing aids? They go, yeah, I've been wearing them all the time. And you connect it to the computer and it says how many hours a day they've been wearing them. And you go, okay. The other thing is wax. So have you used cotton bud in your ear? Because the wax is pushed really deep in the ear.
Yeah.
And they say no, and you know that's definitely a lie because wax doesn't grow where they've put it.
And I'll tell you why they're doing that, Luke, because the old cotton bud in the ear, you know you're not supposed to be doing it to get your wax out, but geez, it feels nice.
Feels real nice.
It pushes
I still do
all the buttons.
I do it regularly.
It gets that dog leg going when you get that right straight across.
It just doesn't it? That special twitch. You bloody legend, Luke.
Luke, thank you so much.
This is good. I'll put this out there, particularly to you, Jode. Some of the little things that you did to keep you occupied and beat the loneliness as a youngster.
Yeah.
Because they're doing things just a little bit different over in South Korea. How many times are we going to say that? How about this for a headline? South Korean millennials are using pet rocks to combat loneliness and burnout.
Oh.
It's both funny and sad all at the same time.
Tragic.
South Korea's unique trend involves buying rocks online and treating them like pets, dressing them up, painting faces on them, and giving them names, and even little beds.
Why are they...
A little bed for a rock.
Oh, why are they so lonely in South Korea? Is the question.
That's a good question. This trend surged during the COVID-19 pandemic as a coping mechanism for loneliness, stress and burnout.
Yeah.
Some companies in South Korea now sell these pet rocks priced between $5 and $11, with some selling hundreds per month. Oh, you've just got to beat those youngster blues, don't you?
It can be very lonely growing up.
It can be. I was born on the farm.
Yeah.
Born and raised on the farm. I went to a school. There were 16 kids. I was the only one in my year.
Yeah.
I had some lonely times. Sure. But I never went down that level. I never had pet rocks. I had pet rats,
You
but
would
not
have.
rocks.
I was going to say you would have found solace in the animals around you.
Yeah. Sheep, cattle. We had horses as well, but I had genuinely a couple of pet rats as well.
Yeah. Did you?
I still think about the rats occasionally. It brings me to you, though, because back in the 90s... I just want to be specific here. In Tassie, in a bygone era,
Yes.
how'd you beat the lonely? How'd you beat the lonely bug?
Well, I used to collect.
Oh no, here we go. Just a warning. Jodie's about to say something outrageous. She's going to make you shake your head and put your head into your hands.
Don't. I used to collect erasers.
You used to what?
Oh my god.
Collect what? Erasers? Like rubbers? Oh my god. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I was a small child, but I used to. Some people collected Barbies or Cabbage Patch dolls. I collected erasers.
Where'd you get them from? Would people donate them to you?
No,
Would you find them in bins?
The
or
news
what?
agents. And I remember once I stole one because I was desperately so lonely and wanted another one for my collection. And Colleen found it and said, "Where'd you get this?" She made me take it back.
I've said it. You know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. Hashtag Tassie things.